Yo, what's up, spitters? Welcome back to the Spitting Bars podcast. I know it's been a long time, but we're kicking it back up, and it's me again, your host, Poobie, and my co-host, Rain. And today, our special guest is Freeze. What's up?
Hello. Oh, I'm special?
Yo,
Thank
yeah,
you.
special guest.
Do
Right.
you guys normally just have like guests and then for this time you were like, let's get a special one?
Yeah, basically. There was
Oh
one
my
time Mir
god.
Blackwell took over our
Oh
channel.
yeah.
We had him do the intro. He called us his co-hosts.
Mir's pretty special. Honestly, whatever Mir said, I back 100%.
But
That
Was
that
Mir
is
at
that has been true
NPC?
for time.
Was Mir at NPC?
Mir at NPC.
Oh, I didn't get to meet him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
Big
sucked.
NPC guy Mir Blackwell.
Shout out Mir
Shout
Blackwell.
out shout out Mir Blackwell. Shwabadi, by the way, was the guy I think, if I remember correctly, that first like convinced Mira and I that we needed to work together. Like our styles were so like our songs sounded so fucking completely different at the time. Am I allowed to swear on this? That
You
sounded
can. I don't care.
so freaking completely different. Uh, and like he yells on everything, and I like whispered on everything, especially at the time. And like, um, yeah, somebody was like, "You two would work really well together." I was like, "No, the fuck we wouldn't." But then Mir sent me an open, and like it was really good. And like he's like one of my maybe my absolute favorite person to make songs with now. So yeah,
that's
Awesome.
actually really
little
dope.
lore.
Shout out Mir.
A little bit of lore for us to figure out now.
Yeah. So I'm sorry y'all didn't get to meet Mir.
Yeah,
There were
dude,
I
a
hope.
big group of people we didn't get to meet.
we
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
trying to find
I did
everyone.
I did set aside a big group of people, and I was like, don't let him meet you. So that is on me. That's my
Yeah.
bad.
Go up to Jamar Rose.
Sorry
Don't.
about that.
There's two kids walking around in Spider-Man shirt. Don't let
Oh
them.
shit! You caught Jamar Rose not on deployment.
We did not find Jamar.
Yeah, probably why. Rare,
Um,
rare shore leave.
um, we found you like in this little
Mhm.
corner with
Yeah.
like Freshie and Dahlia, and you guys were standing by Cammy Cats. And I remember I went over to Freshie because me and Freshie are friends for the Among Us stream. We took our
Yeah.
pictures and did all that, and I met you, took our pictures. You signed my Spider-Man shirt,
I
and
tried.
and yeah, it's like curved. And then I started to walk away, and Dahlia stopped me and introduced herself as Damn Dahlia. And I had, well, obviously I knew the name Damn Dahlia, but I did not know her face.
Yeah.
So I just walked away.
Common ailment.
But when I figured out who she was, I like flipped out and sort of screamed in her face, "Oh my god, you're Damn Dahlia!" And I felt really bad.
Yeah, that's the common reaction. I every time, and this is every single time, that I speak to her, I scream, just to kind of let her know, like,
Yeah.
still you, despite everything.
But,
All right.
oh my
Well,
god, I don't even know how to like kick off any questions anymore, dude. It's
I
been so
remember the
long.
first question that we always asked. What DAW do you use to record?
What a good question. Do you want like the simple answer or do you want like the long answer?
Well, I want the long answer. Sounds fun.
Okay, the long answer can start with the simple answer. The simple answer is these days I do everything in Ableton. Except for if I'm
Nice.
like recording, like sometimes if I'm doing just voice work or something that's more like a podcast, I'll use Reaper still, because Reaper is just like so nice for stuff that's just audio. But yeah, Ableton has been so good to me for like production and recording and mixing. Like it's just powerful. I've kind of just come to rely on it. Like I know I could work in something else if I needed to, but I'm glad I don't have to. But the long answer is that like over the years, like it's been pretty much everything. I mean, it's been whatever I could get my hands on. Like I grew
Mhm.
up without internet, so my first DAW was installed like off a flash drive.
Oh,
It was the like after Audacity. Like I had Audacity when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something, and I would like record shit on there. Um but then yeah, when I got like a little older, I managed to get the FL Studio. It might have been called FL Studio by then. Um like demo onto my little like shitty computer that was in the basement. Like it wasn't my computer. It was like a family
Yeah.
computer that was in the basement that was mostly for like Microsoft Word. And that had all the games taken off of it so that we couldn't get distracted. Um, and yeah, but I like installed FL onto that, and I didn't have any. I couldn't get to any tutorials. so I just had to like figure that shit out, and I was largely unsuccessful because it was FL, which is like notoriously the most like unintuitive DAW.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I figured out some basics from that, and then I had Cakewalk for a while, similar thing where I couldn't get online to look up tutorials, and it was a long period where I could only write things in quarter note increments, and I couldn't find the piano roll. All I could find was just the like musical notation thing. So I was writing all of my songs, if you could call them that, at the time. Like all my production work was just being done in like sheet music. Like I was just writing sheet music for my little like software instruments to play because it was easier for me to use my like
I'm,
like
trying, I'm
my
like
like
trying to
musical
picture this in
theory
my head
knowledge
right
than
now,
to figure out how to
dude.
use like a single piece of software without without relying on the internet. So that was like, yeah, I'm not sure I could really say I
Oh.
made much in either of those. Figured out Cakewalk a bit after a while. Didn't know about mixing. Everything was just kind of distorted. It was, yeah, it was pretty rough until I got online and started like watching tutorials. And then it was like, I don't know. I used like GarageBand and I used Reaper and I used Cubase for a long time. These days it's Ableton. I love Ableton. I would definitely get FL just for fun, but Ableton is home to me.
That's
I'm
the
so like trying to
second.
picture you just like in the basement in a little corner, no lights on like
Yeah,
some old rinky dinky computer
a
typing in music
gateway.
notes.
Yeah,
You
a
say like
gateway
crisscross
desktop
applesauce in
computer.
your chair.
You're
You're like wrapping
you're
into the cake.
describing me. I mean, you might have been there. You ever been to Jamestown, Indiana?
No.
No.
You ever go look in windows in Jamestown, Indiana?
Always one of my side hobbies.
That's why that's where it was. I knew I remembered you.
Um,
One of my
I
favorite
think
places
in
to go.
all 23 episodes, we have had, not including you, one Ableton user, and that was Red Rob.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
Ableton's
Besides,
yeah.
besides that, everybody just grinds out on FL.
yeah. FL's kind of the way I remember like Cammy doesn't have FL because of a mix up and just has never changed. And honestly, never do change Cammy.
Shout out
Never
Kimmy Cat.
change. Shout out Cammy Cat.
Shout out Kimmy Cat, who works at
Yeah.
CNN, or who worked at CNN, something like
Who works at
that.
CNN?
Shout out Cammy Cat who's currently pulling the strings at CNN.
I have one memory per guest we've had in Kimmy Cat's was that she worked at CNN. It's just like surreal to me.
Wow. I would have remembered her charming personality. Interesting.
Nope, never heard of that.
um
Oh,
yeah. It's my DAW journey.
All right.
I just so you
I
know, I fucking love talking about like the tools that I use. So
hell
if I
yeah,
get too distracted and go on too long of a tangent, just reel me in.
hell
it's all
yeah.
good.
I was gonna save these for like halfway through, but I feel like it'd be cool. I asked my community some questions, or to ask me some questions about you.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
let's see what they said. I have three from my friend Captain, and he said, "What inspired you to start making music?"
Oh, like music in general?
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, wow. It's so many like it's so many things, right? My journey with music is so strange because when I was growing up, like my access to music was so limited. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the music we had in the house, or even that we were like allowed to listen to, was just like an extremely like small, limited range. My folks were like very the kind of conservative where it's like you don't even think these people exist. Um, and like like the rules on like what music we could even listen to was like it's not allowed to have drums in it. It's not allowed to have like syncopation. Like it was that level.
Huh?
So it was like the like first time that I fucking like heard like like a rock rhythm or like a hip hop rhythm, it just like got into my soul, like for lack of a better term, like it just like jumped inside of me and like needed to get out. It took me a really fucking long time to like figure out how to express the stuff I was hearing inside my head, and it was ass for most of that time. But like genuinely, what inspired me to make music was just hearing good music. And then like I had this friend when I was growing up who was just really good at playing keyboards, and so we'd hang out at his house a lot. And one of the things he would do is he would just like take a laptop, like, or not a laptop, like a headset mic, just like a cheap one, and he would just set it on top of his keyboard, and then he would just play some shit, and he'd lay that down in like Audacity, and then he'd lay some other shit down on top of it. So he was like making instrumentals, like the most basic tools, and just a lot of skill. And I didn't have nearly that much skill, but I wanted to make similar shit. So that was what inspired me to start like recording stuff. But I'd already been writing stuff for like a long time before that. I used to, when I was a kid, I would just like get these like big like 5 subject school notebooks and just fill them up with lyrics that I would never do anything with.
I mean,
What's that?
hey,
Oh, and
that's
Owl
pretty
City,
dope.
big inspiration.
Owl City?
Owl City,
The Fireflies people?
just one guy, just
It's one guy?
Spider-Man, yeah.
Fire. I'm making sure this is him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did
it's
make,
Adam Young is the guy.
totally did make Fireflies.
Yeah,
Oh, and he
he
made the
made
Wreck-It
Fireflies.
Ralph song.
Yes,
Sorry,
he
I'm getting
did.
really excited.
Oh, this is great. Most like getting to tell people in 2024 that Owl City is one guy is one of life's rare treasures.
Mhm.
So wait,
But
I
yeah,
got a
he did.
question.
Yes.
Sorry, no,
Yeah. Before I just start talking about Owl City.
No, you talk about Owl City, then I'll ask after.
Okay, I was just gonna say he has a ton of solo projects. Port Blue would be one. Sky Sailing is like a notable one. Adam Young Scores is another. Swimming with Dolphins, less known. And a bunch of like he did a bunch of like math rock shit back in the day. Also really good friends with like Matt Thiessen from Reliant K, so like they did a bunch of shit together and they've been on each other's stuff. Yeah,
A lot of Owl
interesting
City
dude.
knowledge.
Interesting dude. Also, I know that like Rustage was like really big into Owl City back in the day. That was kind of like one of
Nice.
the things that was like a pivot for me into nerdcore. It was like a little
Nice.
like thing that was like one of the first tangential things that I connected on.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But
He made a song for, sorry, he made a song for VeggieTales.
What was that?
He made, hang on, I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna plug it in the group chat. He made a song for VeggieTales.
Owl City did?
Yeah.
Which one? I wonder. Was it like was it like the Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Christmas one?
It's called The Light of Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, no, so Adam Young is like he's like low-key a Christian musician, but he has like only partially operated in that space. He's a very, like I said, a very interesting
Oh.
guy. And probably the closest thing to like contemporary Christian music that I fuck with.
okay,
On
but
to you, Poobie.
alrighty, thank you. Finally.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, I was gonna ask, like, I don't know if you'll obviously have any examples that you could give, but like when you're saying like the type of music you wouldn't expect anyone to like be playing, and like the type of people you wouldn't expect to actually even exist, like what music did you guys even listen to? Did you like listen to Beethoven or like just pianos?
Oh, dog, like no joke. As a kid, one of my like so I had a CD player. One of the main things that like listened to over and over was CDs of Beethoven. Like Beethoven,
Really?
Mozart, Bach, Vivaldi, like these Chopin, these guys were all in heavy rotation. And I think it's why like I mean I took piano lessons as a kid as well. And I think Handel as well. Like I think that's why like so much of my stuff has always had so much piano in it. Um, and like why I like to do these like big like piano ballads from time to time is I just like I got that shit ingrained. And um a lot of my like production work that I do for other people, excuse me, my voice just cracked. Other people, a lot of the production work that I do for other people is is in like orchestral like arrangements and like melodies and stuff that is like largely just inspired by the shit I listened to at that age. So like yeah, it I will say when that's all you have, it kind of sucks. But like that, yeah, that and like hymns, like old hymns. Like
Hmm.
I'm sorry for if this is gonna like rocket anybody back into a childhood memory they were trying to forget, but like picture like Charles Wesley, that type of shit. Some shit Martin Luther maybe wrote. We're talking shit that it has not like set eyes on this century.
Oh, Charles Wesley.
Or the
Yeah,
last
okay,
few.
yeah.
Dude, I'm so sorry for you, but hey, at least it made you to who you are now.
Dog, everyone's life experience is so different. It's
Yeah.
like
Yes,
I've
dude.
I've
Like
been coming to terms with mine.
yeah, dude. I can't even imagine though having to listen to that as like for each day to day.
Yeah, dog. Yeah,
I
no, you should have seen me the first time I heard Juice World. I was like,
There's like a whole new
oh,
world.
oh, yeah. So you're telling me there's a Juice World? I would have settled for like a Juice country. Shit, a Juice like a Juice city would have been enough for me at that age.
You're telling me that you're telling me a juice made this world?
Yeah, they did.
um, I don't know why this reminded me of when Camden told Diggs to prophecy he didn't listen to much music, and Diggs made fun of him for like a half an hour straight.
Oh yeah. I
I I hesitate to say that I don't listen to much music, but if you go to my like total listening time of like things I've listened to on probably any platform, it's like probably above 90% podcasts and audiobooks. Like
That's
even
valid.
even still.
As well.
but I don't really listen to music that much anymore. I It's not been a thing for me really. Like I enjoy music. I love it, but like whenever I'm bored and just sitting down, music ain't always the first thing I go to.
Yeah. For me, like music is kind of like like it's kind of like the oil that you put in like the gears of whatever else is happening. So like it's if I'm doing something else, then music can go on in the background. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. Like if I'm playing Overwatch, that's usually when I'll just like slam on a playlist. But it could be anything. Like I still like a lot of like classical type shit, like like orchestral
Mm-hmm.
shit. I listen to a lot of opera actually.
Hmm.
Um, but like I think it's because there's elements of like every type of music that sound dope in other types of music. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
my like it's cool to like make stuff that's kind of inspired by a host of different types of music. Lately on YouTube, I've been getting recommended like playlists of just like random like it's almost like a Mad Lib. It's like random country, random like year from the 70s or 80s, and then some kind of like funk fusion genre, and then it'll just be like 4 hours of that, and I'll put it on and like forget where I am. It's amazing. I
I
That's
just love
gotta
all
nice.
types of music.
yeah. But there's something I kind of caught in there that's kind of like piqued my interest. So you
Yeah,
play Overwatch. So
yeah.
who do you
I
main?
Uh, up until so Overwatch is my most played game. But like by gamer standards, I would say it's like not that like it's not that impressive. Like I just hit
Mm-hmm.
like 1,000 hours in it recently.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, my main has been Reinhardt for a really long time. Then Venture came out, and I'm like I want to be a Venture main. I would love for them to have like more shit, like a single skin maybe. Um, but like yeah, I have the like gold Venture gun. Like I fucking love Venture. So yeah, like Rhine is my actual main, like my most played, but Venture is like probably my favorite character currently.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Ignore me
like I
booting up
love.
Overwatch.
Yeah, dude, I
Oh,
saw
what's
you. I got the notification. I'm like, what you doing there, right?
uh yeah, my I would say my main is probably Orisa. No, I will say that like it's funny coming into Overwatch from Overwatch 1. Anyone have any thoughts on
Mhm.
that?
Mm.
Can anyone
I
play a lot of Overwatch 1?
I
uh,
played. Fun fact about me: I started playing Overwatch the day Overwatch 2 came out,
Wow.
so I
Unsullied.
never experienced one.
Wow. Like
I
a like a plane that doesn't safely land on the Hudson, just unsullied.
It's yep, it's me.
I probably played Overwatch 1 like a little bit, but I probably never did anything more than just like a like I don't know if they had I feel like they had a free for all or like a training
They would
like
have had
training
like
grounds and whatnot.
8v8 deathmatch or not 8 like 8-way deathmatch.
Maybe it might have
Uh
been that, but
and they
that
might have had
I
like
probably
yeah.
only played it when I was like I don't know, friggin' 8, 9.
Damn. Sorry,
To show you
did
how
Overwatch come out in like 2016?
I don't know.
Oh
Camden
shit, dog.
Camden would have been 8 in 2016.
Oh my god, don't do this to me right now.
You're
Was
forgetting
anyone
that
else here born in the 1900s?
No.
No, only you,
Any
man.
1700 people here?
Jesus Christ. My parents, maybe.
Where my 1850 people at?
Um, yeah. We are not good at Overwatch.
No,
To
we're
show you
great.
how good we are, we participated in Schwabity's Overwatch tournament. We lost so bad that Schwabity said we were disqualified. So
Oh yeah, I don't even know why he did that. Wait, and
um,
also I have a feeling, but I can't remember. Freeced, were you in the Overwatch tournament?
You know, it's funny you ask because I can't remember. I think
Oh,
maybe
Priest
not
was not.
because I feel like I was busy or something.
Priest was not because I remember calling Camden and complaining about how I thought you were going to be in it, and I knew that you were
Yeah.
a really. I heard from somebody that you were a really good Overwatch player, and then the most hyped up team had like Oracadia and Game Boy Jones on it, and they just got sweeped first round.
oh
Yeah, Game
yeah,
Boy's
dude.
funny. He's like a Lucio, but he's kind of like a Frogger Lucio. So like he can get to a decent rank, I think, but sometimes it's hard like playing with him if you're not used to it. Ori I've played with, but I don't really remember much about Ori's playstyle. But
All
I'm not surprised that they would have had trouble in a tournament setting.
right,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
we
move
know
on to the
Ori doesn't make
next.
those shots.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up, but I felt mean. I
It's
felt
okay.
upset. He just
I
got
didn't
over
feel
butt booty
mean.
naked Tekken.
I feel
He
like
just,
maybe this is good for him then. Maybe he needs this.
yeah, he needs something.
It's so like
Um,
I didn't even play, and yet I feel qualified to like make fun of someone who did,
Me
and I
neither,
like that about
but
myself.
we didn't play in the last one. We made fun of Dripstick, like his whole podcast episode.
Oh yeah.
It's like round one. There was like a highlight of him just standing there while everybody else played.
Times
Um,
5 speed too.
Oh, I remember the dripstick highlights. I remember
yeah,
that. Yeah, that was like the
I was.
outdoor court, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I got. All right, next question from Captain.
Okay.
What's your favorite song you've made?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Such a basic question, but like also such. I feel like I have no simple answers to anything. I don't know if it's because I like to hear the sound of my own voice, or if it's because like my thoughts like can't get out of the door in single file. They're like the Three Stooges. They just like run to the doorway, and all have to like try and come out at the same time. So like my favorite song that I've ever made, like song wise, probably like something recent. I don't know. I want to say like Lackadaisy Electro Swing because it's my most popular, but honestly, let me like maybe Hollow. Hollow probably is the best song I've made from like an overall like production and songwriting perspective. But I don't know. It's not my favorite. Was the question like what's the best or like what's my favorite?
What's your favorite?
My favorite is probably still Tanjiro's Lullaby. Honestly, like it's nothing like most of my songs, but like I just think it's really good. I just think it's really good, and I'm surprised every year at how well it holds up to me because I'm normally just like very critical of stuff that I make, especially if it's old.
Mm.
It's probably like the oldest song that I've made that I still like. Oh, also Bunny Boy. But Bunny
Oh,
Boy,
I
I would
know, I
say
know,
Just
Bunny Boy.
listen to that.
I know,
I was
Bunny
just
Boy.
listen to that.
I would say Bunny Boy is my favorite like sort of normal like freest song that I've made, and I would say that like uh yeah, Tanjiro's Lullaby is just like the one I have like the most room in my heart for, I think.
Mm. All right, all
I'm
right.
scrolling through your songs right now. You have a clone high rap, Cam? They have a clone
What?
high rap. They have a clone high
No,
rap.
I didn't even notice that. You have a
Wanna see
cologne
me
high
riding,
rap?
they be breaking their necks.
Wait,
It's called
wait.
Just to watch
JFK
me pass
Flex.
by 'em with the cake and the zest. What is it? I ain't gonna deny it. Here's what
This is
they can expect.
great.
I'm going presidential on 'em, Mr. JFK Flex. That's right. Damn, I'm surprised I
Bro,
remember
no, I need to listen to that after the roots, dude.
that.
No, dude, we love Clone High.
Ah.
We love clone high in this podcast.
Dog, I was so surprised when Clone High like became popular again a few years ago. Cause like Clone High was one of those shows that I watched in my room and like I don't know, like even after it was coming out, it was just like a niche like little cult classic show at the time. Maybe like when I was in like just getting into college, which I guess would have been like around the time y'all were like being like conceived. You're
Oh.
young, right? Everybody's so young.
Okay.
Well, we're sorry we didn't come out quicker, dude. Okay.
It's okay. Look, not everybody is fast like me, okay? Not everybody gets out of the
Every
gate.
every time that we do a cipher or not cipher podcast, we accidentally have the other artists make a cipher. Like Jeesh was talking about Kirby, and Jeesh was talking about how the Shofu's Pokemon cipher is overrated, and it's time to introduce Jeesh's Kirby cipher.
Yeah.
And then Mir Blackwell made the NBA cipher.
Damn.
Freeced, I feel like we could be cooking some with Clone High right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Who would you cast in Clone High? No, real quick. Who do you cast as like main characters? Like Abe. Who's your Abe?
I would say you're my Abe.
Really?
Yeah, you be my Abe. I also just replied to Jeesh's Kirby roster. If you wanna look at? We got
Oh,
Fable on here. We got
Okay. Damn, that's a whole roster.
yeah.
That's what. Okay, I don't know enough about Kirby to fully appreciate this, but that's a lot of names. I
We
feel
got
like
Fable.
the
Very good.
the only like there's a couple ciphers that I'm supposed to do. Like I've been supposed to do a Haikyuu setter cipher for a really fucking long time. Like it was a thing like a while back where like somebody else was maybe gonna do one and we talked about it and it was like, oh yeah, like I'll do one, and then like neither one of us did one. So like I think still nobody's done one, which is wild. Haikyuu, and especially Haikyuu ciphers are like so like dear to me because that was like my whole start in nerdcore, and like
Ciphers are my
like
brand. I don't do
yeah.
tracks. I only do ciphers. It's literally my whole brand.
I guess I'm the opposite. I have one cipher.
Ciphers are so
Yeah,
fun.
you
It
got
got me into
Chainsaw Man
nerdcore.
cipher.
Yeah, I did one perfect cipher, and then I was like, that's it.
It's enough for
That's
one
all I
day.
need.
Like scoot your chair back from the dinner table.
Yeah,
And
like
like,
I did everything I was supposed to do. I made the beat. I got all the people. Dan Bull's the last verse. Like what? The formula works. What else do you want?
what do
There's
you
nothing
the,
more
the
to
items you
do.
need for a good cipher is a beat, a rapper, and Dan Bull to be the last verse.
Yes, anime rapper Dan Bull to be the last verse.
I'm looking at this roster real quick. Mir Blackwell. Just talking about that guy.
Yeah, Mir
What?
Black
I know
was
him.
Denji.
Yeah, he was Denji, and then I think Chi-Chi was Power.
Yeah, Chi-Chi was Power. Shara was Himeno. Jesse was Kobeni. Shirabadi was Aki. I was Angel Devil. And Dan Bull was Beam. Name Beam. What is he fiend? Man shark. Neither one of these things. I will never ever miss an opportunity to break out my Dan Bull impression.
um, Funny enough, before this, I was listening to a cipher which had one of your verses on it, and I thought it was really good. I'm
Oh,
going to bring
shit.
that up later because
Okay.
it's a question from one of my
Okay.
community members. Moving on, for the final question from Captain, what's your least favorite song you've made?
Oh, like that's still out?
Yeah.
Probably like my because I made a Wonder Egg song while Wonder Egg was coming out, called Raincoat, and like I like that song. It's like a simple song. It's a nice song. A lot of people like that song. But then Wonder Egg, like I guess mini like spoiler alert. Well, not really, but like people didn't like the ending. And so I made a song about how people don't like the ending, but it wasn't really a song. It was just like a diss track over like a beat I spent maybe 4 minutes making. And I think I would have just put like 10 minutes more effort into that. I think it would have been good. But like it still has one of the best quotes of any like song I put out, so I don't know. It goes drugs, guns, anime and cat boys, JK Rowling always acting like a Malfoy. What did I say? Say trans rights or keep my name out of your mouth, boy. Something like that. But somebody made I was given drugs, guns, anime, and Catboy stickers one time, which was great. So that song, even that song that I don't like, is still kind of goated for that. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't miss. I guess
Yeah, basically.
just all bangers. No, I mean like
all my
I can say I put out my like the worst shit I'll ever make. I already made and put out like before I was like started my channel. You know what I mean? So like I got out so much like just god awful content before anybody ever heard of me. That like I feel like I've been
There was
very
nothing
like
left to put out.
blessed. Yeah, not to say that like I haven't improved since, but like there's nothing I feel like on my Spotify that I would just be too mortified if somebody found.
You
Even
did
shit
the
that I'm not a big fan
you
of.
you did the Jerry verse on the Rick and Morty cipher. Oh, I was thinking about that verse the other day, and I was like, I really like that verse. I checked it. I was like, oh my god, I freezed in the podcast in 2 days.
Oh
This
my
is
god,
perfect.
dude. Oh my god.
Are you hungry for
Fuck.
apples? I
Holy
love that
shit.
verse.
Yeah. Wow. That so Jerry's voice actor is the same guy that plays the AM radio host from Hot Rod, if anyone's seen that movie. Um and that was like a movie that I liked when I was a lot younger. So like before I saw Rick and Morty, I saw Hot Rod. And the guy talks exactly the same in that. So he's just like like whatever he's doing, he's just like, "You'll be attempting the jump from this ramp we've just constructed." Like he talks like that. So like I
Mhm.
already had that in my head so so long before Hollow was like, "Can you do Jerry?" And I was like, "Regrettably, I can." Um,
I
holy shit, I
love
forgot
that
about that.
verse.
I genuinely
Are
like
you hungry
forgot
for
about that
apples?
cipher. Yeah. Wow.
How
Yeah,
about
that's a
dazzling
pull.
raps and dad skills? Kills, well, allegedly. Mr. Crowbar, thank me. I love that verse.
Hells, well, like he's always like hemming and hawing. I just wanted to put a line in where he just does that little like sound that he does. You know, I think like
um,
I don't tend to do character voices on ciphers except for like a few exceptions like that and like the Muppet ciphers. So it's fun to like
I
get
I don't know if you
opportunities
heard
to.
that. I banged on my desk 3 times. I love the Muppet Cipher. I know every word. I performed it for my partner.
Holy shit! Is that
I
how you all got
love
together? That was like you
basically
shooting your shot. You're like, wait a minute, no sesame.
out of every single song that I've shown him, he's added only the Muppet Cipher to his liked personal playlist.
Yeah, I'll take that as a huge compliment.
I love the Muppet Cipher. When's the next one coming out? You're not
Dog,
Stipendium, but you're basically Stipendium.
I can give you like a tiny bit of inside info. Not like
Oh.
anything actually, but like the kind of info that you could really put on a thumbnail and have it disappoint people. But like yeah, so like I asked Stoops that question while we were drinking an old fashioned together. And when I was probably drinking an old fashioned, they were probably drinking whatever the fruitiest thing on the menu was. And slash positive. But yeah, I was like when like I know we need one more verse. Who's it from? And they told me who it was, and I was like, oh shit. So then like the next day went to talk to that person, and I was like, is this like is this happening? And they were like, actually, like yes, I had that recorded. The files got lost. I just re-recorded it, and like and that's getting sent. So I know at least I can't tell you when it's coming out. Like I have no knowledge of that, but like I can tell you that at least the shit that we've been mostly waiting on, like we mostly have. Like everything seems to be recorded at
Okay.
this stage. That's as much as I can confidently say.
There was I had a similar interaction with that at NPC when I went up to Cam Steady's booth because he's got a cipher that I'm really excited for coming out.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him and I was like, what do you need? He's like, oh, I need this person's verse. But I haven't heard anything from them yet. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I went over and talked to them and I was like, hey, how's that verse coming out? He's like, oh, I didn't know I was on that. I was like, all right, this ain't ever coming out. uh,
uh, I didn't
I'll
know I was on that. Is usually something I say after I was on stuff.
I'll I'm not gonna name drop on the podcast,
Yeah,
Mm.
heaven forbid.
but
Which is literally what I was
look in the
just
group
telling
chat.
Daniel.
Reese, look in the group chat.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, we can name drop. We just won't name and shame.
Yeah, that was funny. What was the other thing I was gonna? Okay, I've been asking this to a lot of people.
Okay.
Are you on the 151 cipher?
Oh, is that public? How has it been announced?
No roster has been announced, but Nerd Out has announced that they're doing it.
Okay. Okay. Um, I I feel like I can say if I am or not. Right. Right.
If,
Sure.
here,
I won't
if
tell
you
you. Sure. I won't tell you who
You
I am. I'll tell you
you must
I
be
was
you must be
invited to it.
Poliwag.
I was invited to it. I'll tell you that.
yeah, and if
And
and if you
I
want
Getting a little
accepted the
bit
to
of
invitation.
getting a little bit of a Mr. Mime vibe from you.
It's honestly, I'll tell you this too. The Pokemon that because I was sort of like asked if I wanted to do one, like a specific one, um, rather than given like an initial selection. And I just really liked the one that I was offered, even though it's not a Pokemon I think I would normally be associated with. I just really like this Pokemon. So
Mhm.
that's that's as much as I can give you for now.
All right,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and if you do
I
want to check before we upload, you can always just like contact Nerd Out, and if not, then
No,
we'll cut it out.
I'm sure that amount of info is
All
is
right,
yeah,
completely fine.
I
yeah.
I don't think anyone's
tried
keeping
out.
track of every member of the roster. Well, I say anybody. You obviously are.
I tried out for it when
Yeah.
they first announced it. Fun fact: I tried out. I tried to pick a Pokemon I knew nobody was gonna try out for,
Yeah.
and I tried out for Cubone, and then I
Oh,
went back refresh, and I saw Tyweezy and Omega Red both went for Cubone.
damn.
So I deleted my submission and went for Kabuto.
Oh,
And that's where I landed, Kabuto. But obviously, or not on the roster. I do know one person that's on it. It's only because Jack accidentally announced it on Twitter.
oh shit. Is it Jack? Is Jack on it?
It's Key to Weed.
Oh yeah. Dog,
Love.
all the pictures of Key from NPC are just fantastic. Like
Mine's
every
tough. I'm gonna
possible
put
way
mine in
to
the
not
group
show
chat.
your face. I love it.
Mine's
Yeah,
tough as hell. I'm
being
gonna put
able
mine
to
in the
not
group
see
chat.
who it actually is amazing.
Put mine in
Just
the
having
group chat.
to
Mine's
like kind of
awesome.
guess who it could have been at least.
Yeah, I really like the basketball one.
The
Like the
basketball
basketball
one's
in
so
front.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, I like these ones a lot with the hat.
You can see the hat of Red Rob in the background.
Yep,
Oh
yep,
yeah,
yep.
God, that guy. What a guy.
pop it up, laser Jin.
What a fella. Um. All right. Are we gonna move on? Let's move on to the next question. We're out of captain territory.
Oh,
Let's
cool.
see what Flashy has to ask. Freeced, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yep.
My favorite color is lilac or lavender.
Oh,
So
okay. I was
basically
all
like yeah, if you
Oh,
take the purple that's in the like non-binary flag, like that's pretty close to my favorite color.
okay.
I gotta search up the color lilac.
But
Let's
up
look
until
this
Next,
last
up.
year, my favorite color was light blue.
mine's gray.
I literally had a vision of like an OC that I wanted to make, and then I liked that OC so much that it changed like my whole personality. Not really, but like it did change my favorite color.
Okay. No.
No, I completely
Um.
changed you. You're a different person now.
Yeah,
You're not Priest. You're like loose.
I'm
Loose.
yeah, I'm something. I'm purple, purpst. Yeah, purpst. It doesn't purple
I
kind
put
of
that in
thing.
the group chat to remember it. Loose.
Loosed,
That's not what I said. I
loosed,
said loosed.
I think I said
loosed.
loosed.
I said
No, you're
loosed.
loosed. You're loosed.
I was bluest, and now I am loosed.
You moved on.
You've
Um.
changed.
Question from
I
Kit
don't
Kat,
like
and
it.
I'm gonna sort of tweak it a little to make it more direct. What
Oh,
are your
cool.
top 5 favorite artists to work with? The question was
Oh,
just what's your favorite artist, but I want to know
oh,
more.
damn. Okay, it's so hard for me to like put together just like a finite list. I could tell you like a couple of my favorite artists and like things that I like about working with them. That would be a lot easier for me to do. If it ends up being five, that'll be cool. Although I feel like if I say five, I'm gonna want to say more. So just assume that there probably are more that I want to say. But like my favorite
Okay.
artist to work with, just like off rip, if I'm going on like who would I always say yes to,
Mhm.
um, like obviously Mir Blackwell is one. And actually, we've been cooking lately. Like we've been working on a couple things together. We've got like I think like 2 songs that we've like recorded together that still need to come out. Um, so I'm excited for those. Um, I just feel like we have a big appreciation for each other's styles. I know that Mir comes from like a slam poetry background, and like so do I in a different way. And so it's really interesting seeing like how those things affect our work. Because like I feel like a lot of people don't realize how like fucking like philosophically sound uh and like um I don't know, just like Mir Blackwell has like it's kind of like a style that will make you think it's not that deep, but then you actually like look at what he says or like what he talks about, and it is like a lot deeper than people think. So I think that's one thing that I really like about Mir, as well as the fact that like shit he makes just bangs. And he can do like kind of simple flows sometimes, and just make them like hit harder than anyone I know. So Mir for sure, like as far as like just like who I want to rap with, like Mir. Um, I love working with Schwabity. I think just like because we're so close, it's just easy to like be on the same page about stuff. I will say I have more fun working with Schwabity on like melodic stuff, like more like singing stuff almost. Um, been working on some. Well, I got to do a little bit of work on some like Out After Winter stuff. If y'all know like Schwabity's little like furry music project.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
love doing stuff for that. Love playing my banjo on that and like whatever else I can do. Um, and like we've got some stuff in the works for that as well. So like Schwabity, I just love like making stuff with where it like doesn't even really matter what it is, like whether it's like music or something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a really good vibe. And then as far as like who I think I can like make stuff and just be on the same page with so fast, like musically, like working with the Stupendium is just like I don't know. It's like clocking into work for a job that is the same every day almost. Like not because it is the same every day, but because I so confidently know exactly what to do on any Stoops project. It's just like I just feel so like I just feel like my space is always like perfectly set up for me. And I just go in there and do my
Mm-hmm.
thing and it's so easy. Like I I have so much fun working on Stoop stuff. Not in small part because I know that like they get their stuff like mixed at a really high level, and um so I'm not shy about sending in like 30 vocal tracks. I think I genuinely probably sent in like 30 vocal tracks again for this for this next Stoop cipher. So yeah.
Are you
um
are you on the soup
oh,
cipher?
maybe. I mean, no, I'm just sending in stems for no
Who?
reason.
Who's stipendium?
The
Who is
stipendium?
that?
Just one? Sounds interesting. I never went to
Oh.
Uvu Jabber. Yeah. But you know, so what is that? 3 so far? Damn, I don't know. I do so few collabs. It's like actually
Let's
kind
throw
of
in two
silly.
more random people. Let's do me and Hala CG.
Oh, I do love working with Hala. Um, I will
I
say
know.
like I love Hala's production. I want to be on some newer Hala stuff because I feel like some of the qualms I had about like the vocal mixing on like certain ciphers and things have been like resolved or like have gotten better. Like any of the tiny things that I could ever complain about when it came to Hala's music have pretty much just been erased over time by the fact that she just like is transcending a level that like I don't even think most people are even close to reaching. So yeah, Hall is more like a person that like I've worked with a few times, and I just would really like to work with again because she's so constantly improving.
Mhm.
I would love to be like have my shit elevated to that level by proxy.
All right.
Sometimes it's
All right.
cool just working with greatness, you know. It like inspires the best in you.
Hey, are we ready to move on to the next question?
Oh no, dude, I'm waiting for you.
All right, I'm just gonna throw this out there. This is the cipher I referenced earlier. Okay,
Okay.
you're gonna catch on really fast.
All right.
My friend has been quoting this one bar from you
Yeah.
literally for the past week.
Okay. How old is
And
this
he,
cipher? Can I guess?
you want to guess
Like
what the cipher is?
maybe.
All right, let's see. We're looking at 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Fucking. Is this like? Did this cipher do like pretty well? Like really well?
Yeah, it's in the millions.
Okay. Okay. This got to be Yandere.
It is. It is.
So then I already know what the line is. I already fucking know.
Yeah. The question is, when the
Yeah.
Pisces I sees easy signs on the high seas, do you seize
Yeah.
a slice of the pie?
Uh, yeah, sources contend that yeah, when the Pisces I sees easy signs and the high seas I see slice of the pie. I never understood like to me, right? I'm not good at fast rapping. I'm barely good at speaking. Like if I get even slightly anxious, I have a stutter like you wouldn't believe. Um so like it's very funny to have like put something out that people consider like a tongue twister, I guess. It's just like funny to me because I feel like if I can say it, surely anybody can say it. But I think it's because people are reading the words and like I'm doing simpler sounds than the words are.
Hmm.
Because I'm just
Can
doing like
I,
when the Pisces I see Z signs and the high seas I see sizes.
Kim, then if
But
I
I think people
stream
are
this
going
verse
like
to you, would it mess up the recording?
I want to hear it.
I don't know if it'll be picked up though.
Eh. Well, they'll go watch
We'll,
it.
we'll see. If not, then I'll edit it in.
They'll go watch it.
Okay. Oh, this is just my
Kim,
verse. Okay.
yeah, it's just your verse. Kim, listen to this.
My appetite so light, so honed that I'm open, I'm also slime with the Pisces, I see easy signs and the high seas, I see slice of the pie. Looking
What the hell?
It's an illusion. It's not difficult. I have the lyrics right in front of me.
It reminds
Reading
me of
them.
that one Ty Wild bar on the One Can't Steady Receiver. When he's like a mil. Or I forgot what he said.
He said, "Feminine women all love Eminem." He said, "Did a cinnamon, cinnamon."
I swear
That's what he said.
all he said was a mil, but apparently he said 4 different words. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
what?
It was a tie quadruple.
It was
a
so
tie
good.
quadruple axle. These are common.
I had no idea that what just happened in your like bar. Like I could hear you beforehand, but then when it comes on, I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
too
that line got a
stunned.
lot of people. That was the I don't know if that was the bar, but that was the verse that like made it to where Iron Mouse had heard of me. So that's cool.
Shout out Iron Mouse.
Shout out Iron Mouse. We've never spoken. I think we're mutuals, but like we're clearly not friends, but it's very very cool to know that somebody that cool thinks that I'm cool. You know? Makes you feel a little bit cooler. Although coolness comes from within.
We have 2
Although
more
I will say
questions.
I also used to like through college I did nothing but donate plasma, so it is kind of cool to think
I'll tell you.
that like we might have helped each other.
Oh, that's
Huh?
cool. We have 2
Oh,
questions left. Oh, what's
what's
up?
that?
What did you say?
I didn't know if you knew about Iron Mouse and Plasma. I thought that like reference would be like self-explanatory, but
I don't think Cameron knows what you're talking
No,
about.
dude, not gonna. Okay, Freeze. I'll be honest. Even though this podcast technically has existed for probably 8 months to 10, I barely know anything on Nerdcore. I am still
That is
so new to
that
it.
is so fair. Yeah, Iron Mouse is like so tangential to nerdcore as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, for if you don't know, she has a health condition that requires her to have a lot of like plasma. What would it be called? Transfusions.
Mhm.
And so she's like constantly advocating like that people get out and donate plasma, which I think is a very good thing to do.
Okay,
Mhm.
that makes sense now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Just
originally,
fucking
I'm
wild
like,
with no context.
I know. I was like, huh? What's happening?
These are a bunch of words that are just not related to each other in the slightest. Yeah, but point being, everybody go donate plasma. Could save a life.
Oh yeah. We have our next question from my good pal Mike.
All right.
What does Freeced mean?
Hmm. Wait. I literally like just wrote a bar about this. I'll tell you like simple answer. It doesn't really mean anything. But it does come from somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, did I not actually write it down? What did I actually say? Oh, I said like Freeced one syllable rhymes with beast, and when you say it, you kind of got to smile with teeth.
Oh,
Um, which
I
is
saw
true.
that on your like status thing on like
yeah.
YouTube or whatever.
Like one syllable rhymes with beast.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I just say that because people think it's like free seed or free said or like stuff like that. I
Yeah.
just want people to know it's Freeced.
Reset.
Yeah, like a long time ago, my like the name that I used online was like 2 words,
Oh,
and the second one was like similar to Freeced, and people would pronounce it as Freeced even though it wasn't supposed to be pronounced that way. So then as a joke, my friends started spelling it this way. Um, so then when I started my new channel, I just like started going by that because that's why at that point what everybody called me.
mm,
And now it's funny that like people still don't know how it's pronounced and are now like inventing like a secret third way. Um, so who knows?
You're
Maybe in
gonna
a
have
few
to make a
years
second channel.
I'll
I'm
be
gonna
Alternative
start
Freeced
calling
or
you
Freeze.
Free Seed.
Fricked.
Yeah, I mean honestly, like I've heard Freaked and like Free Kid.
Freaked is
I've heard
crazy.
Freaked a lot. Yeah, quite a bit. Um, Yeah, so I've written like
Free
one
seed.
syllable rhymes with beast. Yeah, a lot of free seed, a lot of free seed. It's like a fucking like you know, nationalized bird feeding. The way
Oh,
there's a lot of free seed.
what? Bird feeding?
Yeah, like if you
Oh really?
if you fed a lot of birds at the national level, there'd be a lot of free seed. Is this not
Oh
tracking? Is this
yeah.
not
And
tracking?
now it's tracking. Now it's
It's
I
tracking.
kind
tried.
of
I
I
get
tracking.
swear
it.
I
Free
tried.
seed.
I swear
Free
every word I
seed.
said. I tried this at the club last night, and it killed.
I
We
promise.
got
I mean it. It did.
our final question is from my friend Ashley, who would win, a T-Rex or a grizzly bear?
Oh, um, I doubt that a grizzly bear would fight a T-Rex. I mean, for one thing, we wouldn't have grizzly bears if T-Rex never went extinct. That is true. I mean, at the time that T-Rex went extinct, all that existed mammal-wise were just like tiny, I believe, marsupials. Like, were like not really anything, or at least that's all that like yeah, really like survived from there. And then like they grew much larger because there weren't dinosaurs everywhere. That's like a vast oversimplification. But if you read like The Last Days of the Dinosaurs by Riley Black, who I actually referenced in the like Diggs's like Spider-Verse cipher that I was on. Um
Oh, I remember that
I said
stuff.
like if you stepped in at your last days, Riley Black, like that's who wrote the book that I'm talking about.
Oh, you were the dinosaur. You're the and a terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was you.
yeah. Ooh, and a terrible. Yeah. Um, yeah, I did a very different style on that. My point being that like the hypothetical of a grizzly bear fighting a T-Rex, um, like has to be hypothetical, and the reason that it has to be hypothetical is because during its time, T-Rex was so dominant that it literally prevented any other sizable predators from existing in the area, like or on
Mhm.
Earth. You know, it's like we had like T-Rex here. Like in Asia, there was Utyrannus. There's like plenty of like some, and then like of course down south, you had things like Spinosaurus, where like you really like nobody like mammals could not get a fucking break, during the up until like after the late Cretaceous. So I think just based on that, like the T-Rex is probably like fucking up the bear. I think just pure size and bite strength, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
not even
You.
like a big T-Rex stan. I just
Wait.
stan, so to speak. But
Hey,
Well,
any
no.
T-Rex fans in the crowd?
Well, no. Now I've got a question relating to that actually.
okay,
For
yeah,
you, Freeze. Who do you think would win, a T
okay.
Rex or a Triceratops?
Ah, well, a question that has often been asked by both of those dinosaurs. The answer is depends on the day. Um, like usually as a dinosaur, you're just trying to escape with both your life and also a wound that is not too deep that it like causes
Mm-hmm.
infection. I think probably a Triceratops more often has a good chance of fending off a T-Rex. I think
What?
because like fending off a T-Rex, I think
Wait,
that
I
like
must have heard wrong. I thought you said a T Rex fending off a T Rex.
Oh,
oh, did I as
No, I don't
Triceratops?
know.
Is that what you
I
said?
might have heard
Okay,
wrong.
okay.
I was just like, huh?
Yeah, I think for my money, like sort of a like maybe it doesn't have like the weight distribution of like Ankylosaurus, but I think that like a sturdy like Ornithischian, um, especially with those horns, like if we're talking like Triceratops horridus with just like massively long,
Mhm.
like brow horns, like I really don't think most T-Rex are going to risk trying to attack a healthy Triceratops. Often, like the reason for the hypothetical is just because like T-Rex wouldn't probably try to prey on a Triceratops unless that trike was like sick or like literally already dead because T-Rex like also scavenged.
Mhm.
T-Rex would also scavenge like giant like turtles and stuff like that. Very interesting dino. Not a pure predator. Also use different types of hunting tactics at different stages of its life. Like when they're younger, they hunt in packs, and when they're grown, they tend to be solo ambush predators.
This is awesome.
I didn't know
This is great conversation.
that. Sorry. All I
So,
know is that recently I was watching dinosaur videos.
Yeah, you and
Cameron is always like has a new phase every time I come. I walked into his house and he was just watching planet videos.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh my god, I was just learning about dwarf planets.
Oh,
Um,
like Pluto.
do you have a favorite dwarf planet?
No, no.
There's more.
It wasn't really
I
so
like
much of
Make
like
Make.
it wasn't so much of like dwarf planets. I was more watching planets that like are like so uninhabitable, but also some that are. Like
Oh yeah.
some that are just like pure water, but the water
Hmm.
is like boiling hot, or like
Yeah.
where some of them like have like some of them like all the air is just like carbon dioxide or like something
Hmm.
like that. I
Or like
can't remember
sulfur.
them. Yeah. A lot of them were just like like the ones that were like super inhabitable. Ugh.
Oh wow.
But yeah, and then Rain just walked in on me at my house watching them.
Priest, I
I
think we
love
found
that.
your cipher. I think we're gonna go with the dwarf planet cipher.
Dwarf planet cipher. That would. There's only like I think like 5 main ones that we've like
Yeah,
or
I
that are
see
recognized
Pluto.
by
I
like.
see,
Wait, can
and
I
then
try and name them?
yeah, I
Uh,
see Pluto and four other things I can't pronounce. So
okay.
Maki Maki or whatever
It's
it
like
said.
Ares, Makemake,
yeah,
Haumea. Oh, I already said Ares. Fuck. Oh.
Oh no.
Yes.
Pluto.
Fuck. Yeah, Pluto, of course. But damn. There's one I can't remember the name of. I can remember it's
Uh,
like basically 2 syllables.
Starts with a C. It's like Ceres. Ceres.
Oh, Ceres. Oh, Ceres. Yeah, Ceres, Makemake, Haumea,
Hmm.
Eris. Wait, is there an Eris as well as a
Yeah,
Ceres?
there is.
Oh, that's what fucked me up. Yeah, Ceres,
Oh,
Makemake, Haumea, Eris, Pluto. That's all.
All right,
wait,
let's get
I
this
can't.
casting going.
No,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry,
Although I
sorry.
should say
One
that's
second.
the ones that have been like identified.
Yeah,
What's
but
that,
wait.
Cameron?
No. I can't remember for sure. Not if I'm remembering this correctly, or if it was just all like some fake news and whatnot. But recently I can't remember for sure, but like I think it was 140 light years away or something. They discovered a planet with like lights and everything on it, like
Lights?
city lights and stuff. You like know whenever like there's like pictures of like the planet, and then they'll like have like wherever there's like a bunch of cities and stuff, and with all the light, it's like you could see like where it's at on the world and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a planet. I can't. It might be fake news, but there's a planet discovered like 140 light years away, with those like same type of lights and stuff.
Oh, I have not heard of this. I'll be very interested to see like what was discovered.
Did they
Yeah,
name it Cucumber?
I can't remember though.
Because I wonder if it's like a similar thing where it's like discovering like ice caps on a planet and it being like, okay, this is like a sign there could be something, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know. I remember watching a one of like Thor's clips, Pirate Software. That's what he's called, right? His like channel. Um, but he's always talking like about game dev and stuff. But he was talking about like life on other planets, and
Hmm.
he's saying like if alien life was to visit Earth, it would probably just be like a probe, like a robot that was like sent. Like he basically described it a situation where it's like if we wanted to explore deep space, we would just build like self-replicating robots and then like send them out so they could get further and further, like gathering what they need from like solar
Hmm.
energy. Um, and he made a good point that like if something reached us, it would be mechanical most likely.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know. I've got like aliens on the brain recently from that. You know, I'm not like
Yeah.
I feel like I believe in aliens mathematically, but like
Not the
not
way that
yeah,
Hollywood
yeah,
made
yeah.
it.
I'm not like looking around being like, yeah, they've made contact. I'm just like, it would be cool if there's ever anything solid, but like, I feel like probably just because of how big the universe is, yeah, probably, you know.
And then discovered 12 light years away, 6 times the size of Jupiter,
Wow.
and they're in between the names Supiter and Cucumber
Well, I like cucumber.
because
Cucumber's pretty
it
good.
has something near it that's shaped like a cucumber.
Wow.
And
Oh,
instead of naming the cucumber-shaped thing Cucumber, they're gonna name the planet Cucumber.
See, this is like, I didn't realize that astronomers were like worse at naming things than marine biologists. Because marine biologists will be like, oh, ping pong fish. And it's like,
Oh, it
they'll
must
see the
be.
most marine biologists will see the most majestic shit, but then just like describe it very matter of factly, and you can't really fault them for that. But astronomers will do some shit like this that just doesn't make sense, and that's also interesting. I don't. This is almost completely baseless astronomer slander, by the way. I like to include it in everything, just a little bit.
Look at a
So
big
I
planet.
got a
I think
question.
I'm gonna name you Big. You look like your name would be Big.
Me naming my favorite Sonic cat.
So are we gonna set up this like dwarf planet cipher, or are we just leaving it there to?
No, we're gonna set this up. Free
We
studio
gotta,
on.
like, for a dwarf planet cipher. All right, if it's only 5 people, damn. Oh, I'm
Gotta end it
you
off
you
with damn bold.
you don't understand. Even as a joke, I spent like probably 2 hours on stream fairly recently trying to figure out who would play who in a like a Moomin cipher, like Moomin Valley, and I I didn't like make a decision, even a joke decision on all the names in that amount of time.
That's what we're here for.
Pluto is like
You could make
okay,
this
you know what
so.
it is? I like you know what would be fucking funny? And
What?
look, I don't believe in upper nerdcore. However, it would be very fucking funny to pick quote unquote upper nerdcore artists to be the 8 planets and to pick quote unquote lower nerdcore artists to be the dwarf planets.
Oh, let's go.
Or
Let's go the whole solar system right now.
Who's the sun?
who's the sun? Probably DPS.
Shout out.
Rustage.
You gotta get someone. You gotta get someone who's gonna be like the center of the attention as the sun.
I feel like Dizzy would be the sun. Like if you offered Dizzy the role of Dizzy would be the sun. I feel like DPS would be good as the sun. I feel like Rustage would decline the role of the sun, but would kill it.
We're not letting people decline right now, Freeze.
Yeah, no, they don't get a choice.
All right, we're doing the solar system shit, dog.
I'm typing it out right now.
All right,
What comes after Venus? Saturn?
let's see, Mercury, Venus. What comes after Venus?
Wait, does Venus come before Earth? Oh, I thought Venus was after Earth. Okay.
No,
Really?
my very
I
educated.
think we're like the third or fourth.
Okay, got it.
planet? I can't remember.
Yeah,
We're
so
the
I have
third
the
rock
Sun,
from the sun,
Mercury,
correct.
Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, then Jupiter. The funny one.
Did we get all of them?
And then
I say
Neptune.
Uranus. I feel like that's not much better. I could say Uranus. That's the Greek
Boom, got
word
it.
for it.
Uranus. Ooh.
Yeah, in Greek it'd be called Uranus.
All right, there we go. Let's. The
It's an
Sun.
interesting
We
name for a
settled on
planet as
Dizzy 8.
well. What's that?
We settled on Dizzy 8 for the Sun.
Oh, if I'm casting it, I'm probably picking Rustage as the sun
Okay, rest of the
or
Sun.
DPS.
Oh, I spelled his name wrong.
Actually,
So
no, I'll
he's
pick DPS for
Rutskate.
Jupiter. Actually, the sun can be Rustage.
Yeah, Rustage
so
and
Rustage is the
DPS is
Sun.
Jupiter.
The sun can be MC Frontalot.
Oh,
Oh,
Which I
that's
kind
actually
of like.
smart.
I kind of like front as the sun.
we could do MC front a lot.
I might have to skip between these. Like Earth.
Earth, I feel like you should be Earth.
I should be Earth.
Yeah.
My favorite planet is Neptune.
Oh, you can be Neptune. Let's do someone like really like. I like Camp
who's the
Steady.
most like grounded? Oh, Megaran should be Earth.
Megaran.
Yeah, Megaran is like.
Any people like fruit in the crowd?
I fucking love Give Me the Fruit because I love Give Me the Loot. And I love Mega Ran.
They're like, any people like fruit in the crowd? Me and Kenny looked at each other and like, yeah, I like fruit.
It's all right.
Venus, let's do like frivolous Shara.
Shara? Yeah, Shara I almost want to pick for Mars though, because I feel like Shara could do some like fucking like warlike bars. Like
Okay.
Venus, I would pick like I don't know, maybe like Key actually. Maybe Key the Weeb for Venus.
Okay. Forget how to. I'm not typing frivolous, so we have Shara.
He doesn't know how to type it.
Saturn with a ring. Who's someone like married or something?
Oh, like who's just got the most like rings on him, like like accolades, like achievements.
The Kevin Bennett.
Could be.
He's literally a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, true.
He's got a whole. If he wins, he's got a whole ring around his belt, his waist.
Or Arcadia. He's a baller.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, those are both good options. I almost want to pick Cam for
dog's out.
Saturn just because I feel like he would do good bars about like basketball rings, or like he would have like good like.
Oh, if we're
Who,
thinking
Cam?
about basketball rings,
Actually,
then we
no,
gotta go
actually-
Dripstick.
Yeah, thinking about basketball.
Yeah,
We gotta go
sure. I don't
Arcadia
know.
on this one.
Mercury. I'm trying to think. Mercury is like. Oh, I don't even have Rustage as anyone. Okay. Mercury can be either. Yeah, Mercury can be Rustage. And then. Oh my God! What a motley array we've got here.
Yeah.
Saturn. I'm actually gonna go with Hala for Saturn
Holla.
because I feel like something about Saturn feels like a floating head to me.
Down.
I know that's like every planet, but something specifically about Saturn, maybe it's the big rings, just feels like a floating head. And I don't know, I just like that. Uranus should probably go to whoever has like the funniest sounding name.
Slow on my balls. Get Schwabity.
Shit, who has like the funniest sounding name in Nerdcore? Like,
Oh.
does anyone have a name that's like
Ham sandwich.
Ham Sandwich, or actually maybe Bone Cage?
Bone cage.
Bone Cage Bone Cage. We're going Bone Cage.
Hang on, I'm looking at my following list right now to see some funny names.
Well, no, we got it for.
You
funny
can get
name.
Jonald's dad. Papa
Jonald's
Jonald.
Jonald's dad versus Mama Quest rap battle.
I have Jonald's dad. Jonald's dad followed me back before Jonald did.
Damn.
Alright, so we got who?
Who did I say?
Bone cage.
I think I
Yeah,
said Bone
Bone
Cage.
Cage.
Yes.
Alright, we're now in the dwarf planets.
Now the
Yeah,
dwarf
little
planet.
guys.
Okay. We've.
Yeah.
Alright. Hear me out. Dwarf Mix Williams.
Okay, now here's the deal. Mix Williams. Let me set the fucking record straight. Mix Williams is a normal height, even
He is.
even a little bit taller than average. Not tall. I don't think he's 6 foot, but he'll tell you that. I just think it's time we let this man rest.
I thought he was gonna be like up to my shoulder, and I went to him at NPC. He's
I
the same height
was
as me.
led to believe he was shorter, and then when I see him, I'm like, "Oh, dog, you're so fucking normal." He's like, "I am normal." So you know what I mean?
That's what they all say.
Yeah. Make. I want to give to like Maguire, right? That's funny.
McGuire.
Maguire, like
Yeah.
it's also like I don't know. It's got like Aloha to the Alola vibes.
Oh yeah. Let's fill this up with the Aloha to the Alola people. We got Breton Boy. We got Ham Sandwich.
Ooh.
Connor Quest.
Pluto. Oh God, Pluto is like. Ooh, I'm gonna give Pluto to Mir because like
Okay.
Pluto's like underrated, but it's like scrappy. You know, I feel like
Mhm.
like Mir Blackwell would play the version of Pluto that's like gonna be a main planet again.
You know who's somebody that would be like cool in this like little list? Like Little Flex.
Little Flex. Oh my God, that's so fucking true. Shit, give Little Flex literally anything. I feel like which one is the one?
Little Flex.
Which one of the is the dwarf planet that like rotates like super duper fast? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Fast rotating dwarf.
Dwarf planet.
Planet.
Each day is like 4 hours long, I think, on this one.
Oh, it's the H1.
Haumea?
Yeah, Haumea.
Okay. So yeah, Little Flex can be Haumea.
Okay. Boom.
Let me take a look at series quick. Oh shit, why do I have so many notifications on Twitter? Yeah, I'll check that later. Okay. Series is like what about
It's got like
What
one
about
awkward hole that like glows blue.
who do we know like that?
Who do we know that has a blue glowing
Gojo.
hole? Oh yeah, like
Oh.
Gojo. The man be his law.
Okay, sure. yeah.
Yeah.
That'll guarantee this thing gets views. He's just the secret ingredient.
He signed my Gojo. I'm
Yeah.
actually I'm gonna put this in the channel. He signed my Gojo, and he wrote like some like Bible verse on it. I don't know what he wrote,
Oh
but
shit, which verse is it? I might be able to tell you.
I don't know what it is, but he wrote something on it. And I texted him. I was like, Johnny, what'd you write on my thing? And hang on, it's loading. This is our conversation.
From throughout all of them. That cannot be a Bible verse.
It's not. It says from throughout all of Earth blank hanging. I don't know what comes in between Earth and hanging.
Wow, that's deep.
But I don't think he knows what he wrote. I just
Whenever
told
it
you,
came
buddy.
between Earth and
Fuck
hanging,
off.
you know what I'm saying?
All
Used to
right.
hang until Earth got between us. Eris.
Eris.
Eris. It'd be kind of funny if we got like true evil villain for Eris because like his name, like I call him Eric, and I think that slight typos are a funny casting reason. It is the
Eric?
outermost one, I believe. Eris.
Eric
What
the
else about
Audible.
it? Oh yeah, or Eric the Audible. Yeah. Shit,
Yeah.
either one would be good. I think Eris the Audible. As long as we're getting Little Flex and we're getting a couple like rap battle people, yeah, let's get Eric the Audible. Why not?
Boom. Now we have something. Put this one on Twitter. Hit up MC for a lot when we got something going.
I was talking to Front after the con, and I was like, what shit are you into right now? Like, what like stuff do you want to like rap about? And then I realized like he isn't like us. Like he doesn't do most of his songs based on like one specific thing. He just is a nerd and raps about that.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, dog. What do I fucking get you on? Like he didn't understand the question at first, I think because like I feel like to us if we say like what anime are you super into, it's almost like with the implication of like what what can I get you on a song about? But it's funny like sometimes the older gen it's like that's not like they weren't born into the same content mill that we were. But yeah. My point being, I gotta find something to put Front on.
This might be it, bud.
This might be it.
Yeah,
No,
this might be it. You ever heard of the sun?
I've already
you
been
like to
on
be
one
it?
cipher. I've been on one cipher with Front. So
Which
I feel
one?
like it was the fucking Umbrella Academy cipher that Lex the Lexicon artist did like a while back.
Hmm.
We were talking about that and when we were kicking it in the green room, and I realized that I could not remember which character I had played. But I, over the course of the conversation, remembered that it was 5.
I don't know anybody on this cipher but you and MC Frontalot.
Yeah, I think it's mostly like sort of the other side of nerdcore. I am truly the avatar, the bridge between worlds. Like I know so many like of the old school nerdcore crowd just somehow. I guess doing doing what literally one show with like Schaefer the Dark Lord, and then like just being a fan, I guess. I don't know. So now I feel like
clicked on it.
I pop up on both sides, and people are like surprised to see me on either side sometimes.
I
And
clicked
now I'm
on it.
getting
I
to the
skipped a
D and D
little.
side, so you know.
Shout out D&D. Shout out D&D
Shout out.
songs. I
Shout
clicked
out.
on the Umbrella Academy cipher. I skipped a little too far into your verse, and I heard I'm loving on a mannequin. Is there like
Going on a mannequin.
any
That
reason
sounds like.
behind this?
I think it's because the character like had to preserve like a little bit of his sanity. He like adopts the store mannequin and that he
Oh.
like it's like his only like companion, kind of like in a Has anyone seen Swiss Army Man or like what's the movie where Tom Hanks yells at a volleyball? It's kind of like
What?
that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Castaway. Is that what?
Castaway,
Yeah, I always
Wilson,
want to. I
I
always want to
think.
call it Lost. Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, yeah, because it's a Wilson volleyball.
I can't remember is this podcast that I used to like ask something really corny.
Uh,
Well, I have one more question. I think we're gonna round it out, and it has
Okay.
nothing to do with you. I'm just genuinely curious. How
Okay.
old is MC Frontalot?
Oh, I have no fucking idea. No clue. I
He
would.
he came on stage like a dad.
Yeah. He
looks like he
certainly
was
has
like there for a
bad
parent-teacher conference or
energy.
something.
Yeah.
I have no idea how actually old he is. I know that like I'm pretty sure he's been doing this shit pretty steady since at least like the 90s. So, I mean, I'd say he's probably around the same age as like Raheem or like maybe even older. I don't know.
He looks like a youth pastor. I like him.
Oh yeah, he's great, dog.
He's
I
cool.
I love MC Front a lot. I feel like he like performs at a very high level, and I feel like he also has just given so much to this community that like we don't even know.
Hmm.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
I think
Does
that's where we're
anyone have
ending
any
it.
final questions or anything left to say? Is there anything you want to say, Freeze?
This has just been a fun time, dog. I've had a really good time on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
it's been real
Of
nice
course.
to meet you and everything, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've done something like this, so I'm still getting in the run of
Oh,
things. But
dog,
dude, I
dog.
still enjoyed it nonetheless.
I'm glad it's been chill. I have not done one of these in a long time either. So it's a nice
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah, nice dip back into the podcast pool for me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Priest, I do have a question for you, but I'll ask you it in private. It's
Oh?
Oh.
Okay.
oh.
Okay. I feel like probably
We'll
we
just
should
offer. It's
wait
just
until
off
after
recording because there's nothing I can talk about.
Yeah, I'm like, I
But
don't think you're gonna offer me drugs.
that.
oh, you got me.
It's like if you're gonna do that, do it at the
Aw,
beginning. Like
dang.
lead with that.
Drugs. Never even heard of those. What?
What?
All right.
Mark that one on the
Um,
list.
and then you ready to do the outro?
Oh god, if I can remember the outro.
It's the same thing as the intro, but it's just like
Oh,
bye.
hush, baby bird.
Whoa, whoa.
Let me finish. Alrighty. Well, I just gotta say, first off, thank you, Freest, for being on. It's been a pleasure having you, and I'm glad that you were the person that we started this back up with. You know?
Yeah.
Fantastic to be here. I'm so glad we
Yeah.
could kick this thing back off together. Tip it right back over the half pipe. Send it on its way. The
Yes,
never-ending
of course.
cycle of vert skating that is podcasting.
All right. You
I'm
ready?
sorry. I thought I needed to make a speech. It just seemed like a formal moment.
No, I understand.
I'm just super tired and lightheaded right now.
I know. He ran from work here. He was
Oh my
like,
god. Is that why
I
the
had
first
30
part?
minutes before from the work to podcast. I was at work
Oh
at
my
10 a.m. today.
god. Wow. Call
So
you
yeah, it was nice to get back in the podcast spirit. Anyway.
oh, call you a dental
But-
patient the way you're grinding in your sleep.
Whoa, he's got some bars there. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna say the outro now.
Cool.
Thank you, Reese, for being on the podcast again.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, and it's been lovely having all you spitters listening to the podcast. It's been great, just bringing it back up. And again, I am your host, Pooby, and my co-host, Rain. And this is the end of the episode from our special guest, Freeced.